Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Banished with me, Lathrix. Oh dear God, I've just missed a trader. Oh well. My God, so much has happened since the last recording. I completely forgot this is even a recorded series, and almost went even further. So I think most of this episode is going to be explaining what on earth has changed, and why is there so many buildings everywhere being built. That's not. How come every time I start recording, someone dies horribly? Somebody just died, very sadly, via the mine caving in, which is very, very scary. Also, just lost a teacher, which we really should replace as soon as possible, because that is so important. Okay, so let's get down to it. As you can see, the farms have expanded outwards. This is because we actually started to starve to death. Yes, we went down to 10 food twice. It didn't quite reach 0 at any given time. That's because of the constant supply, but we were very close, and a few people went hungry for a few moments. That was a big issue. It turns out my aggressive expansion was not fortified well with food, which was a little bit of an issue. Pardon me. Oh dear God, pardon me. And as you can see here, we have fishing docks everywhere. In fact, we have 36 fishermen. The reason is a new foodstuff, and it's allowing places like this to actually have workers which don't walk half a mile to a new job, to a job which is somewhere else, because before that we had no jobs in this little community, so all these people who lived there worked miles away. The one issue we're still having is actually firewood, so we've ramped up the forest lodge back to 4 people over here, and the woodcutters now back permanently on, so we're making firewood down here thanks to the market sharing the resources. It's helping out everyone. Oh, it's now autumn, so we should have got our crops in. Yeah, we're still struggling a bit for crops, actually. We have bad years and good years, it seems. Some years we go up to 40,000, and other years we go down to 20,000. But overall, it seems to be very stable. Now, this is the big thing. This is the mega project. It's going to be its own little village, its own little mega powerhouse of food. Pasture, and crop field. Yeah, you get the idea. Crop fields everywhere. And we now have cabbages and potatoes. Yes, indeed. I was going to show you during the summer, but I got distracted by the fishing huts. We also have 177 adults now, up from about 130 in the last recording, I think. I can't quite remember from editing. But yes, we've got a lot of people to feed, and a lot of houses coming down to house their children. We are still trying to, of course, conquer the entire map, which isn't actually anywhere near as close as you might think it is. Yes, indeed, we have a lot of space to go, so a fair few more episodes. Also a lot of land to take stone from and such. So over here's our next conquest area. Over here is going to be a new industry area for leather. No, sorry, not leather. Leather and wool are going to be coming from here from now on. Over here, sharing these 3 markets, are going to be mines, quarries, and blacksmiths. You get the idea, all that kind of stuff over here. Probably the entailers as well, 'cause that's what I like to do. I like to clump everything together, just how I kind of go. One big thing that did happen, which I'm very pleased about, unlike some of the other things, we're now on 5 health and 5 happiness. Yes, indeed. Everyone is gloriously happy and gloriously healthy, despite the church being off. So apparently our paganistic people can worship in their homes or something similar, but they're very happy with it regardless. So wood is the only real issue right now. Food I could solve by simply putting more people back into gatherers, and we still have space for 8 more fishermen. Soon to be more once this comes up. Fish I've always loved and hated at the same time. You can actually outfish areas quite easily, and once it's outfished, the area where the circle goes around, what's it called? Covers. Where the area covers where you fish will no longer ever yield lovely fish, and we'll have the little "I have no resource" sign above it, which is really irritating because it makes no sense, because there's very few just standing pools in Banished. Normally, as this nomad's demonstrating, they're rivers, they go to other places. You can't simply fish out an area, but in the game apparently you can, according to many sources which I've read. I could be wrong, to be honest. It's never happened to me, but I've always been so careful that the circles very rarely lap over, and if they do, it's only very mildly. They don't know. The reason why I love fishermen is because they're one of the only food sources which don't slow down during the winter, or at least they slow down less. Obviously the people still need to warm up more, but in terms of just their standards thing. Oh, another person died from a cave-in. Oh, someone's selling sheep and cattle, which brings me very nicely to my next point. We now have cattle, which means we have a new source of leather. which will start to mean once I can make ones over here, because this is what I'm doing over here. It's going to be sheep, sheep, cattle, cattle, which means we'll get an infinite supply of wool and leather. The only big issue we're ever going to have now is herbs and wood, because the more area, of course, we urbanise, the less wooden areas we have. Because this here is getting to be a bit of an irritation. I really want to start farming this area, to start doing other things, but I simply cannot, because the forester lodge and such is so important. So somewhere we're going to have to set up a proper forester location, like have a market. I'm actually thinking over here. The idea being having a market somewhere like there, and then having forester huts. Where are you? There you are. There. So there's 4 forester huts and a market in the middle. That market will then be in charge of distributing wood throughout the land. But we can't do that now because we simply don't have enough adults to become vendors. The food stuff is pretty much under control. We're not going to starve anytime soon. So all the new labourers are being redirected to more industrial-minded tasks. We now have 16, the stonecutters once again, 16 miners. We have both blacksmiths running at any given time. We're pretty much doing a lot of industry. And in fact, are we still making the nice coats? I moved the tailor over here. Did I not? Did I not move the tailor? I've not. There it is. We are making hide coats. Oops, daisy. That explains why I saw so much wool earlier. Look, 402 wool from these two. Wool. I've actually got a new respect for sheep. Mutton, you get a surprising lot of, considering how slow they breed. You must get several hundred per sheep sadly slaughtered. So much better than chicken. Chicken always goes down to 1 or 0. The eggs, however, there's a thing of chickens. Chickens will supply you with eggs. Also, this isn't a big pasture. You can go 20 by 20. This is I think it might be as small as 10 by 10. It's 15 by 15, so it's the max size for a crop field, but it's still a good quarter. I was going to say 25%. It's a good quarter smaller than it really could be. Sorry for my constant kind of weird speech patterns right now. It's very late and I'm not feeling well. It's after university today, and I'm just in the mood to record. I've been playing this for a couple of hours, and I suddenly realised, oh dear God, if I don't record soon, they're going to be hours of effort out. Yes, between episodes, generally, for many hours spent. I think it's been at least 5-6 hours played since the last time. It's such a slow, relaxing game, but I could watch it for hours on hours. And I'm starting to reach a stage now where soon I might be able to just leave it, as in it could survive by itself. Yeah, would it get in by itself? The only thing it would eventually run out of is... oh, yeah. It would eventually run out of iron and coal, so it would eventually run out of tools. However, they can actually act without tools, just less efficiently. So if I built everything as efficient as possible, you can potentially have a... Where on earth are these fellows going? Who are you? You're a mark. You're a vendor, so I think we're going to need a path from here to that village. Okay. And as you can see there, the vendors going from one marketplace to the other, hence why vendors are so darn good. They share the goods around, so you could have an area here purely making wood, nothing else, no food, no clothes, and it would be supplied as long as you have enough vendors. Of course, the less you supply to a marketplace, the more vendors are going to be needed to grab stuff, but still, it's really, really good. And the reason, of course, I have 2 markets here is just because the food storage at one point was so darn high. I am actually thinking about destroying this market, which wouldn't destroy all the stuff inside, by the way. The stuff inside would be then distributed before you can destroy it. The same happens if you destroy a one of these fellow stockpiles, which I'm actually going to do. If I yeah, I was going to destroy this. So if I classify this for destruction, storage remaining rather than damage done, whatever it's called, because as soon as all that's removed, the stockpile's no longer a stockpile, it's just a patch of dirt. Markets are similar, except for first they have to get rid of the storage, then you can deconstruct them for further use. Okay, food. So at the moment, fishermen are actually very important. That they're supplying us throughout the summer and the winter. Then in autumn we get the big boost of every single crop, which is actually happening now. Hence why I've just gone from 20 to 23,000 within seconds. I am losing respect rapidly for orchards, which is very sad, because orchards are one of these weird things. They're a weird crop. They take a long time to grow up, but they do give you a lot of crop. The problem is the trees die. every couple of years, which then have to be regrown for 4 years, hence why some are much smaller than others. This is kind of twofold though. On the one hand, oh my god, I have to have another 4 years of growing. On the other hand, you've just got wood. The chopped down trees do count as a fully grown tree, which does take about the same time to grow at a forester. But of course, they can cut that down as soon as it's an adult. These last several years before it can be cut down. But it does mean potentially, if you go really, really heavily into orchards, you could live without foresters. I have seen a guide on how to do that a long time ago, I think. Ugh, don't quote me on that. I'm fairly certain. So, yeah. What we're doing now then, so let's get to what I'm actually doing now then. That was a little recap. Say so much has changed. I don't like having such a long period of time. I'm very, very sorry about that. I'm thinking about turning on the chapel just because it looked pretty, but the big thing today is we're ignoring this because this is taking a long time to build. The labourers have to clear this whole area, and it's so far away from the housing, they're doing it very inefficiently because they can only destroy like one tree before they get cold. So it's going to take quite a long time. This way, all of these here are going to be houses, yes indeed, because we're going to need somewhere for the farmers to live, and these will produce so much food. The sheep will produce a lot of food. It's a good 5 full-sized fields, so it's the equivalent of this whole section here. So ignore these 4. It's this section again, except for the amount of houses is equal to just this area and not the entire map worth. So it will give me a net food increase once I've got the labourers working there. And I've got 43 students right now, so I will have the labourers ready. So what we're doing today? Today's going to be quite a simple task. Today we're building a town hall and placing it somewhere. Yes, the Lath Memorial. I wanted it here. Oh no, I was hoping I could put it there, next to overlooking the quarry so I watch people die. I am tempted to destroy this as well. This is a crop field. I only had it because I had a bit of a scare, say, with food. So I'm going to destroy that. That's going to be no longer in existence, and then we're going to place this there. But we can't. We can if we destroy that. If we destroy this road. The good thing as well, it'll look like it actually has a road even if it doesn't. Oh, we've got a new trader. There's still a few things I still need. Several seed types are a good example. Do we need any of that? I'll trade you 4 firewood. So 20 firewood for 20 firewood. Yes, he did the trade. Wait, that makes no sense. If I trade 20 for 20, he loses 20 firewood, I'd lose nothing. I am destroying his firewood. That's really bizarre. Okay, well I guess maybe he doesn't want to trade firewood I've just gave him back to me. Okay. Oh, we've lost a couple of herbalists. They do such a good job. Ever since I've had a physician, I've noticed that the herb use has actually gone down even further. Okay, that's gone. So let's start the town hall. The town hall is more important than most people give it credit for. So, should I have it watching the quarry or part of this little district? Watching district. I think, honestly, part of the district would be better. Plus, it should have. Okay, I can't build more than one. I was going to try and place another one just to have a look. It should have windows on this side anyway, so it shouldn't be too much of a concern. I can still be a sadistic bastard from looking this way, which is good. What next then? What next indeed? So much to do, but everything takes so long. It's now early spring, our food has gone down again, so actually we do need more food supply, which is fine. We could actually turn these on. That's the funny thing. We could turn these on at any given moment, and it wouldn't be too much of a concern, and then change builders into farmers. So if we ever do need food, we've actually got a backup, and we can always put crop fields down and destroy this area here, which I am so tempted to do, because this area is crap. It's good and bad. In fact, that's not even where our herbs are coming from. So what is this actually giving us? A bit of wood, housing. I think I'm going to make the decision of making this one huge city then. Yeah, indeed, the forester, the gatherer, and the herbalist. What's that there? That's a hunting cabin. No, I've got so much leather stockpiled. Nope, we're good to destroy everything there, and those can be upgraded to stone later on. When I actually got the stone to instantly do it. We have a lot of people now without jobs, which is actually really, really good, because we need some labourers. Really do. So, now that's not in use, we have no point, there's no reason to protect this forest, which means we can start using it for some rapid urbanisation. I sound like an evil bloody politician, don't I? Well, it wasn't yielding us anything useful to us, so we may as well destroy it. And, yes, farm it for potatoes. Very, very odd, evil. Ooh, I could delete these houses and then build... Oh, that's really, really sketchy. You should not just delete houses. Homeless people will die during the winter. I don't want... Ooh, a first house. I think, then, it's time to turn these on. Even with only one house, I think it's completely worth it. So, let's go with wheat and wheat, because I want to get back into alcohol production. I have actually turned off alcohol recently, hence why it's not being used. Annoyingly, the tavern actually has to be on for you to use the alcohol. Apparently people can't drink it in their own homes because they're that kind of people. They're all social. Every single person in Banished is a social drinker. No one can drink on his own. Oh, excellent, another farm. That can be potatoes, because I only have one farm doing that just now. Take away a couple of the builders, and then they're all farmers. Wonderful. These houses are also, of course, being built by the 8 builders. We have so much stone, they shouldn't take too long as soon as they get round to doing it. Particularly now there's a house there with a builder, so that builder will prioritise. It turns out, I was correct before, builders will prioritise buildings near their house and then kind of expand. That's how the priority system actually works in Banished. Ooh! The wooden bridge is almost done. Awesome. So that's going to link it all up together nicely. So now we have 53 farmers. Although it's gone down recently, that should take it back up. We also have so much space for fishermen. Every labourer can get a job to do with food if it needs be. It shouldn't be too much of a concern, really. Dun 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 dun. Why are you jobless? Because you were a forester. Oh, of course the foresters got eradicated. We do have 13 foresters, by the way. We're certainly not lacking for wood. Wood isn't that much of an issue. Although I was saying earlier that's not the only issue, I meant it more in a way that's the only issue we really have to concern ourselves about. It's the one that keeps on cropping up every now and again. I'll actually leave those as labourers, because the labourers can cut down these trees all year round. I keep on making them do something like work, or work the fields, or cut down trees in foresters, or such. Do I want to delete the orchards? Let's see how much food we've got. We've got absolutely no representation there of these even existing. We have 3 of them. Same goes for there, same goes for there. That really does say to me, which is annoying because I want the different food types, that these orchards should be replaced with crop fields for the sake of me expanding so rapidly. I could always go and do them again later, because I think it's because you get trees at the end. I think that's the big benefit which Banished tries to do. Like, oh look, we give you wood at the end, but the food's so low, it's not worth it. I do believe that I'm not going to turn these on just yet, because we simply don't have enough houses in this area to possibly get the builders. However, see that as soon as that builder lives there, buildings all around it have now started having logs and stone delivered to it, and that's the exact reason why, because they've got builders living near it. So we are losing food slowly. That's actually absolutely fine. That's going to give us at least 3, maybe 4 complete seasons to actually get ready for it. Okay, we have 65 cherries. That is really bad, because these are both okay, we're not actually finished harvesting them. Why are they so late to harvest? That could be then... Okay, well, I'll have to keep a closer eye on it, because if they're harvested later, it's not fair. However, it's still, with them down to that low amount, I am very, very of the mind that I'm going to delete them and turn them into crop fields. Which, like I say, is a shame, because I do like the constant supply of wood and the constant variety of foods. I don't want every single field to look the same. What I could do is make more sheep, which is a weird idea, or I could do more cattle. More cattle would be good. However, have we actually got any beef yet from our cattle? They've only just now reached 8 out of 8, by the way. I only had 1 cow, which, yes, did manage to breed by itself. So that's only just reached 8. It's getting about 1 cow a year, I found, maybe even less than that. So, haven't really had a chance to see that output. But mutton, as you can see, is actually doing really well. It's actually managed to spread to the other marketplaces, so it's not even being used at the location. So if we change this for a mutton, for some sheep instead, that'd also get us even more wool. So as we expand, I'll never have to think, can I clothe the people? Because worst comes to worst, I could always go from warm clothes, sorry, warm, is it coat? Warm coat to wool coat. Oh, hello. You, sir, are trading me wool coats. No, but thanks for being psychic. No, thank you. Oh, do you have coal? Ah, I should have traded for the coal. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do then. It's either going to be a new sheepy thing, or it's going to be... Actually, I think it will be sheep, because we have so many of each crop now. The only thing which isn't in every single one is the mutton. We actually have so many eggs. Oh god, we have so many farmers now out of the job. Let's quickly do this. Okay, so, let's go. Oh good, so we can actually get... Oh no, we can't get it down far enough. That isn't very efficient, that's the issue I'm going to have there. What I could do is a pasture here, which won't be the most efficient one, which is a bit annoying. But then I could put a crop field there, like so. Okay, there we go. That all those trees will be removed. Same with that, and then I'll have a new crop field and a new pasture, which will do most likely sheep, maybe cows. But I think for now we need more. I need something which I can rely on. We still have farmers which are out of the job. Oh god, we actually have overcapped our farmers. So for now, they need to do something, so we'll put them into fishermen. I'll just have to remember that that's where they are, so I'll draw on the fishermen to become herdsmen and farmers again once they're needed. But we may as well get them to give us a bit of food. Watching the fishermen, you can see they're constantly getting these little food baskets, which are only worth about 10 food, which isn't much, because a barrel of crop is about 50. But it's constant all year round, winter, summer, autumn, it doesn't really matter. We do have these, but once again I'm not turning these on until these houses... Ooh, 2 people are cold. We have so many coats. Actually, are they being delivered to this market? They... Hide coats, yes, icy coats. Until all the hide coats are used, it seems like... It's a really weird system. You don't get a delivery of the better coat until you've got the new coat, all the old coat used up. Because this market could very easily drain from these warm coats, but it never will. Because it's got hide coats here. So until everyone uses the hide coats, which will be a very long time because people seem to be attracted to the better ones, it's never going to be in there. Which is a bit of an issue. However, these markets... there's another thing as well. Until one of these markets is done, these will have a long walk to get resources. In fact, all the way back here. That's not too long, actually. But it is long. It'll be better once these are done. Ooh, so much crisis management, so much I'm trying to figure everything out. I find it very difficult to edit out parts of Banished or skip a lot, because how much I try and talk things through with myself. I always feel like, oh, if I miss this, I'm going to have to explain it again. I really don't know what to do now. Okay, oh, it's early spring, thank God I paused it. So these can be cabbages. What do you have? Cabbage, potato, wheat, squash. Okay, we need a new squash, and this one can be squash. Trying to get an all-round. I don't see any real difference between the crops in terms of number. The only reason potato's so low is because we've only got one field of it. Oh, in that case, we should turn this one to potato. Hopefully it's not too late. Oh, that might be too late. I might have screwed up that field for the season. Ah, of course, yeah, and now we need to put our farmers back. But we have new labourers, so let's do that instead. Fishermen can also become that again. Take away some of the fishermen, so we have some labourers. Labourers are so important when you get to this size. Moving coal to the stockpiles and such is so labourer intensive. Speaking of which, I've got so much wood. I might actually consider. In fact, I will. Inventory somewhere here should have logs. Oh god, where the hell are logs? Logs, okay, I want to store 800 logs in the trading post. Because right now, we are rife with them. They're everywhere. There's a good chance, though, it's because of this area over here. The development of all this has required the cutting down of this entire forested sections, which, of course, has resulted in a lot of wood and stone as well. That's why the 17 stonecutters have actually been keeping up with the 8 builders, which never happens. Build a farmer, build a farmer, build a farmer, build a farmer. The builders will find somewhere else to live if we turn these on then. However, I still want more of these houses to actually be built. I might get some more builders then. Okay, yeah, 2 more builders out of the labourer stockpile. Only 1 labourer though. Decisions. Gatherers. How good are gatherers? Are gatherers even worth the price? Gatherers, actually, I find in the early game are the best thing in the world. Then in a late game, I just keep on thinking to myself, unless I have them everywhere, I never see their stuff. I lied. They should have 44 berries. Nope, that's staying there then. It's adding to variety and making sure we stay at 4 health. 5 health, rather. Okay, yeah, so that's what's going to happen then. So, oh, I didn't even see. Oh, 1 second. Nomads. Don't want any of that. Goodbye. I need seeds. God darn it. We have a town hall. Wonderful. That's going to be the episode name, I think. So, we have a 93% educated population, which is actually the highest I've ever seen it. Normally it caps out about 90. Not every student actually becomes educated at the end. Oh my word, I've just seen we have 50 students. 51 students. Wow. Okay, so 90 homes, 96 families, so we actually are overpopulated slightly. 285 people in total, and then we can have a look at production logs. Last year we produced 29,000 food. We used up 28,000, which was actually in positive last year. It just seems so low because of how much we actually eat during the summer and the winter. Right now, if you look, the used is much higher than the produced. The reason is we're not currently getting any food from the crop fields. As soon as it comes to autumn, of course, that changes, so it's a bit weird to watch. Used 28 herbs, produced only 27. We actually lost a few herbs. We used so few herbs. Clothes produced 60, lost 83. Oh yeah, we're actually going down on clothes. That's curious. There's so much wool. Is it a leather shortage? Because if so, we could very happily switch to wool. However, we do only have one tailor. It seems like we are actually going to need a new tailor. That's the first time I've ever actually needed 2 tailors in any game. So that can just go there. That's... oh. Someone was crushed by a rock. Oh god. That's such a horrible way to go, isn't it? Why tell me that? Okay. More houses are coming up, so I think next year will be the these 2 crop fields turn on. Oh, we have our first pasture over here, and this is the full-size 20 by 20 pasture, which I think is our only one. Yeah, that's not 20 by 20. So yeah, that's our first 20 by 20 pasture, which is the maximum size. If they I think I'll have 2 cows, 2 sheep, and that will be able to feed the tailors everything they need forever, which is very, very good indeed. We also have quite a few labourers. Should we change them into builders and get all these up and running? It could be a benefit. Because the more builders live here, the faster everything else comes up. Let's have 1 more builder and leave at least 2 labourers. I'm still trying to fit in that rule, 20 labourers. Okay. Okay, so I think, however, I might cut it here indeed. Thank you for watching. I think next time we'll be doing this. I'm sorry if I sounded a bit tired. I am extremely drowsy right now. The only thing keeping me awake is caffeine and the need to play Banished at the moment. Really, really addicted to this game. Not feeling the best because I've been out in the cold all night. It is currently 11:30 PM at night. I've got home about 2 hours ago. Not the best when it's been raining all day. Let me tell you. In England, it's now almost in the minuses, actually, in certain areas. So thank you for watching, Sir and Sweats. I hope you've had a good time. I hope you've enjoyed the series so far. Comments and likes are always very much welcome. This series is definitely my least popular. However, you guys are freaking awesome when it comes to commenting and liking. Really, you do such a good job. I've never seen such a good subscriber base anywhere. You really are amazing. Pat yourself on the back. 20 laugh points for everyone, particularly those who like and favour. Is that... did you just put meat just on the floor for some reason, then pick it up again and put it in there? Oh, beef! 100 beef, exactly 100. Does that mean we get 100 beef per kill? If so, these are the least efficient food source there is. However, of course, they are producing leather as well, which is very, very hard to get, so it kind of... we'll have to find out once all this goes up, to be perfectly honest. Right now, we can't tell until these are done. I'm actually thinking about making some... oh yeah, we need storage barns near here. Farms and such prefer to put things in storage barns rather than markets. Only vendors... excuse me, only vendors will actively put things in there first. So, as long as there's space somewhere else, I'll try and find a storage barn. I could have them on this side, it's a bit less efficient, but it's not too bad. Yes, I'll do. So I'll have a row of those there. And yes, this is very, very expansive. That's because we're kind of working on much bigger scales now than the earlier kind of episodes. Oh my god, I am sounding a bit ill, aren't I? Well, so stress, I'm going to go now for my own health. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. I'll see you again next time. Again, likes and comments always welcome. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Have a nice day, a nice week, a nice month, possibly even a nice year. Goodbye. A quick little side note, did I really just record a solid 30 minutes thinking it was 15? Banished is addictive, certain threats. Please see a medical practitioner before using Banished. Banished is not for everyone. Side effects include stammering, idiotic videos towards YouTube, and other such horrible symptoms. Goodbye.